When they brought me out, my orderly and my policeman was trying to find out from them, where are you people from? They were not telling us where they are from because all of them were in their fakes. They were all masked. There is nothing to identify them. Apart from some of the vehicles that brought them, where my boys and so many people identified that those vehicles came from government house, Imo State government house. So they dragged me, tore my clothes, beat me up, threw me inside one of the van that came with them, one white van that came with them, and asked me to lie on the floor of the van. And one of them used his leg, hit me, put his leg on top of me, and said I should keep quiet.
Have you gone to church and read those shots?
They have kidnapped people.
Shooting God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and coming outside and shooting the angels with barrage of gunshots. I'm sure the truth will come out. God will speak. God in heaven will speak for Imo State for the first time, and my innocence and the innocence of Uchenwosu will be declared soon. And the world will know the truth. Who is the murderer? Who is the killer? Because listen, my friend, listen to me clearly. I was a governor in Imo State for 8 years. And this state was as peaceful as you can think. What went wrong? Where did this people come from?
You see what we are saying about power. When Uchenwosu happened to be Rocha's land minister and minister of infrastructure and all those things, who stayed as a minister for many years, he was happy when Rochas was flexing his muscle with security men, oppressing people in Imo State. They never think of the law abiding and the law aspect of it. They never think that things should work in a normal process. Today, the same things have turned against them. You are hearing Uchenwosu saying, "Oh, God this, God." You are saying, "God spare your life, God this."
Thank Nigerian media, both the social prints and the electronic media, for the solidarity and for what they did that made this abduction unsuccessful. I want also thank God Almighty, who spared the life of my wife, my mother-in-law, myself, and more especially the lives of the church members, including the venerable, the parish priest, who was in the church when this incident happened. It would have been a different thing altogether. It would have been the death of so many people inside the church and also outside the church. Again,
it's not that you guys know that God exists. It's not that you guys know that you can call on God for help. You see, when you are in power, you refuse to do the right thing. But once you lost it, then you come back to your senses. I know Uchenwosu is planning to be a governor in future. When he goes there too, he will start doing the same thing that he saw happen. He will never fix it. He will start doing the same thing, trying a way in order to oppress one person or the other, in order for people to know him. The same thing Hope Uzodinma is doing today is what Rochas did, like I said in my previous video. Rochas did even more worse. Just that Rochas does not engage in killing a lot, like Hope Uzodinma is doing in Olo and Imo State, around Imo State. We must begin to think, as now he's talking, saying Inspector Police and that and that and that.
I also want to use this media to thank in a very special way the Inspector General of Police, who showed professionalism. I think we should give it to the Inspector General of Police, who did not look at area of sentiment. He showed professionalism. He acted like a professional police. I want to commend the IG and his team for this show of professionalism in their job.
But you guys, you have power. When Ukrocha was there, your father-in-law, you never asked him, father-in-law, let's put this state in order so that people will know their rights, so that people will be arrested accordingly, so that people will not just be picked up, people will go according to rules and regulation of this state. Let us build this state and allow ourselves so that people will be law-abiding citizens. Today, Uche Nwosu, you are talking about law-abiding.
I saw masked police, I don't even know, masked policemen. I thought because there is no sign to show that they are police. More than 15 of them invade inside the church premises. And they cocked their gun and say, Oga, move, come out, we're looking for you. I say, what is the problem? What have I done? One of them came and hit my back and said, if you don't stand up now, before I could even say, what is the problem? They went up to the altar and cocked their gun and pointed it at me. I said, what is the problem? One now dragged me up. I said, tell me what I've done. Before you know, they started shooting. The church members, the parish priest, everybody was running helter-skelter inside church. They shot, and then dragged me like a criminal inside the church when church service was going on.
Who actually brought them to? So let me tell you, when the wicked or the criminal is in power, people know. That's what's happening in most states. So you ask him whether I can vouch for Uche Nwosu. I can vouch for Uche Nwosu 1 billion times that he cannot, and I'll sign my signature for it. That's my trust for that young man. And that's the same thing I saw in him. That was what I said I saw in him. That when he became the popular choice of Imo people for governorship, I stood by him. I said, I stand by him. And they denied him a ticket that he won. And today, that denial and bringing a wrong person who never won an election has led the state into turmoil.
Two of them, and Rochas today is calling all these names because this power is no longer on them. The same thing that they refuse to fix is something that is biting them today. My people, a lot of people die because of what they refuse to fix. We talk about roads, we talk about hospital, we talk about good markets. Some of us, maybe not them, maybe their grandchildren in 20 years may die because their father refused to fix those roads, those potholes that you refuse to fix, those hospitals that you refuse to build. Maybe your great-grandchildren may go to their friend's place and get sick before they will take them to the nearest hospital, which probably be about 5 or 6 hours. They're already gone. But if the dad built a hospital 40 years ago or 30 years ago, the child could have survived. That is what is happening here. If I told that Rochas fix the security status of Imo State and allow law to work, this thing will not happen because that structure is already there. It will be hard to be broken. But because him also, when he was there, he felt untouchable. Now Hope Uzodimma get there, the same thing, acting the same way.
You guys remember that when Emeka took office, he was threatening Rochas Okorocha and beating up his daughter, and even said that Rochas Okorocha should not come to Imo State. But today, Emeka is their main part, mingling with them. This politics. Now look at what Rochas is saying about Hope Uzodimma.
There's what is called abuse of power. Absolute abuse of power is what's happening in Imo State. Those police is only to protect the governor and nothing else, and cannot be used to discharge any other function of the police by law. And secondly, the fact that still don't know what the governor tells the presidency and those he has as agents in federal government that makes them release army to him, air force to him, navy to him. This is the only governor in Nigeria who carries army, air force, navy in his convoy, who lives in armored personnel car, who lives in billion van all the days of his administration and doesn't even come out. This governor cannot come out to the street and walk around the street. I assure you cannot move out. So I don't know, but I think within my conviction that this governor goes ahead to tell the president, the presidency, who have such open mind of listening to every gossip, and tell them, listen to me, let me tell you, the whole Igbos are against President Muhammad Buhari. The whole Igbos are against the Northerners. I'm the only good man. So listen, I will fight them on your behalf. So he set enmity between Igbo people and Abuja and federal government of Nigeria. And they believe him. But the question they ask, when I formed APC and I became the governor, where were not such enmity between Igbos or Igbo people and the Federal Republic of Nigeria? It's a creation of the governor of Imo State. It's his creation. And that's why he gave the military cheap. He gave the navy cheap. Whenever he said, come to Olu and bomb, they give him fighter jet, come and bomb everywhere. The guy is too... I want people, even in this, whatever we do in future, let's check the track record of anybody we are bringing to authority before we mess up this country or mess up the state. People should have asked, who was Hope Uzodinma before becoming governor? We know him in Imo State. You don't know him. Every Imolite knew this man. When Hope used to be a driver to Ibekwe was one who died in EFCC custody under investigation of fraud. He was his driver. What happened? Nobody asked questions. What happened with Hope Uzodinma in the Kaduna, the Calabar dredging project? That file is being hidden. What happened to Hope Uzodinma in NPI Health? What happened? So many stories in customs. These are facts. But yet people say it doesn't matter because we are playing politics. Now, everybody, you cannot change a man's character because he's occupying a political office. If a man is a kind man, if he becomes a governor, he'll be executive kind man. If he's a criminal and becomes a governor, he'll become executive criminal. So these are some of the things we don't check. Parameters of antecedent, track record. This is what is the issue. So right now, we are going to discover it's no longer about Uche Nwosu or Rochas Okorocha. It's now between police and Hope. Either police accept responsibility that they send people to church, or Hope accept responsibility that they send the people to church. Or either Hope accept responsibility that he's the one who sent people to go and arrest Uche, or IG accept responsibility that he's the one who sent police. There's no, they can't leave us in between. Between Hope Uzodinma and the Nigerian police, one must tell us what went wrong and cannot be swept under the carpet. Just like the bodies of unclaimed bodies at Federal Medical Center, which Archbishop Obinna, a respected Archbishop of Catholic Church, came to the place, inspected, and cried out the word and said there are a lot of bodies unclaimed. What is happening? Masculine in Imo State. Till today is covered.
There was no invitation. I'm a law-abiding Nigerian citizen. All my life as a chief of staff government house, I have never been into any criminality. I have never sponsored any militant. I have never sold gun to anybody. So when they said I was selling gun to some militant, I was surprised. I was chief of staff for 4 years. I was commissioner for land for 3.5 years. I was deputy chief of staff for 1.5 years. Why should I be treated as a criminal? Without no invitation, I was dragged on the floor. I was handcuffed. I was treated as if I'm a hardened criminal, and my pictures were sent on the media by the same Shaba. Because the question I want to ask, who authorized that my picture on a handcuff be sent into the media? Because I know the IG that handled this matter in Abuja, a professional policeman, did not authorize them to send my picture in a handcuff. So I'm pleading to the Inspector General of Police, who I refer as a good man, to please use his discretion to find out who sent my picture with the handcuff on the social media, to find out who paid for the private jets that came to pick me from Enugu Airport, and to find out who are these men that did not respect God, that did not respect the altar of God, the altar of place of worship, and they invaded church premises, shot inside the church. Is a sacrilege. Is a desecration of God's house. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to thank God that I'm alive. I want to thank God for sparing the life of those church members, the pastor, the venerable in the church, and also my wife and my mother-in-law, and all other people in that church. It would have been a different thing altogether.
So if what is said, why can't you start working on them and begin to tell Rochas, when you're governor, you did nothing to us, so you will not be able to be our senator again. You will not be able to be our governor. All these men need to be kicked out. You guys need to go on profile of people and elect people that is willing to do the job, and people that you guys think is capable, not people that will oppress you guys that you keep electing.